Now we're going to do 8.28. 8.28 is a little trickier. If you look at what the instructions say, blah, 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 talk, talk, talk. If you've, in two of these proofs, and this is one of them, you're going to have to reprove an instance of the excluded middle. The excluded middle is basically an expression of a disjunct and then a disjunct, a disjunction, and the negation of the original disjunct. So P or not P. If you did 6.33, you set up the entire structure for how to do that. However, TautCon allows us to just write this sentence in there. This sentence is known as a tautology. Remember back from chapter 4, a tautology is something that's true in every possible interpretation. So for us, you'll always be allowed to use TautCon to justify an instance of the excluded middle. Basically, what you're doing when you're doing that is you're just putting in this new bit of information, P or not P, that's going to help you solve the big issue. So going back to 8.28, again, don't stress out about this one. It is a little bit trickier. The same strategies apply. So you look at what you're given, P if and only if not P, okay? And you're trying to get a contradiction. Okay. Well, you don't have a whole lot to go on. In fact, you can't extract anything from this. But you know that this sentence, P or not P, can be justified using TautCon. So all you would do is write in the sentence and click TautCon, and then that will check out. And now you might be thinking, okay, well that just looks like more complicated stuff I have to deal with. But you would be wrong. Because remember back from chapter 6, anytime you have a disjunction, you should be excited. The reason you should be excited is because disjunctions allow you to do subproofs. And once you have subproofs, there's a whole new world of possibilities for you in terms of getting access to new information. So if you wanted to break apart this subproof, you would have to use some kind of OR elimination. So what we're going to attempt to do is, break apart this subproof using OR elimination, and we're going to try and end each subproof with what we're after, which is a contradiction. So in the first case, we'll try and get P. We'll try and end that, not P, with a contradiction. And in the second subproof, we're going to assume not P, right, because we're doing the second half of this disjunction, and we'll end it with a contradiction. Now, if I've done that correctly, I'll have justified line 7, which is my goal, with this subproof, that subproof, and breaking apart the disjunction in line 2. So using OR elimination. And if you check that out, that'll work. Now, first step, I need to figure out, back up. The important thing when you're doing these proofs and you're struggling and you're stressing out, all I want to see is that you're kind of thinking logically about how the rules work. If you could get to this part and have this structure set up, I mean, line 2 is obviously the trick in this one, that shows me that you're understanding how the stuff is working. That's really what I want to see. So if you've worked everything out and there's just a mistake or you don't know how to continue, that's fine, right? What I want to see is the effort in terms of your ability to manipulate the rules. Going back to the proof. Somehow I need to try and get this contradiction. I've got P. What else do I have? If I look at line 1 is a biconditional. You know with a biconditional, if you have the biconditional and then either of the conditions, you can extract the other one. So since I have P if and only if not P, and I've got P, I can use biconditional elim to get not P. Well, wait a minute. Now I have P and not P. That's obviously a contradiction. Contradiction, intro. Fantastic. Down here, exact same strategy. I have P if and only if not P. This time I've got the not P. I can use biconditional elim to get P. Well, again, I have P and not P. That leads to a contradiction. And there is my proof. Again, the only trick, using TautCon, but if you read the instructions to things, it should become pretty clear.